Hey.
Welcome to the BlabberMalt Show with Dave and Tom, two guys that blabber on and on about beer, brewing, and bullcrap. Stick around for another tasty episode.
Look at that. What we got? 5 years already?
5 years.
Nice. Viewers. 7. Hey, everybody. This is BlabberMalt Show. I'm Dave. This is my buddy Tom. We got Keith here joining us tonight. Let me tell you about this. This is the BlabberMalt Show. We got beer. We got brewing. And we got the bull crap. And what we do is we package it all together in one tight package so you guys don't have to shop around town to get all those 3 things. At 3 different places, we got it all right here. And all we ask is that you like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make a comment, tell people you like it, send an episode to your friends. And if you're on Facebook, go to YouTube, follow us there, Spotify, follow us there. We got to get our numbers up. So, and we're also cross-posting Northeast Ohio Craft Beverage News site. And, we're going to be at all the places.
That's us.
Yeah, that's us. Get some swag. Where's the
beacon?
Get the beacon's link and get some swag. Get some mugs, some hoodies, some T-shirts, all that stuff.
Follow the link to the show that's coming up in August.
The Lorraine
Lighthouse Beer Dinner.
Yeah, Lighthouse Beer Dinner. Tom knows what it is.
The Oktoberfest.
Yes.
We'll be broadcasting live like we do every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll be out there as well. And here we are today in the studio.
Yeah, we're down in the studio. Like I said, we have a hoppy dude here, Keith. Come down. He's got some news to share, and I'm sitting on the cord. That's not good. How do I turn this off? There we go.
But I think we were talking earlier. It's I think this is your 4th appearance on the BlabberMalt Show.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, like 2 years ago when Matthias was still on, and then we did another show. We had a seltzer tasting, and you guys brought out some crazy beers, and then we were out at your production facility in Medina. Yeah, it was a good time. And I had the wrong place. We went to Hinckley first. Yeah, that's my bad.
It's okay, it all worked out.
Yep. And now we're here in studio with Keith to kind of talk about a little bit about the past and hopefully about the future and see how things have been going in your journey. Obviously, still got your day job, but I'm sure the passion for the other stuff is still burning, or other things might be burning too. Who knows? You can get checked at
I'm a pharmacist. We have antibiotics for that. Yeah.
But hopefully we can get into a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's.
It's time to mash in.
Hey, did you guys see the episode last week? We were out in Copley at Brighton Brewing Company. You should go check that out. It was pretty cool.
Follow. They got their anniversary stuff coming on. I think this weekend.
Yeah, I think you're right. My wife was told some of her friends that live down there, hey, we're going to check out a new brewery in Copley. They're like, Brighton? Been there for 5 years. They're having their anniversary party. So,
which new to some, old to others.
New to some, yeah.
It's kind of what's hard whenever you have you're in a small community.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows about you.
Yeah, but now we're aware. They're very good. We had some great beers. They have a good kitchen. Lots of good stuff happening out there.
Yes, nice time. Tom treated us very nicely. Had a great episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. Check that out. That was last week.
We did talk about potentially having back in studio here in a little bit. So
yeah, look for that. We got a lot of details to work out on upcoming shows, but we're putting it together. So, Keith.
Yes.
We have to ask you about Hoppy Dudes and the untimely closure of the facility. Can you walk us through that a little bit and give us any insights?
Obviously, we didn't want to close. We wanted to get bigger. I think one of the mistakes that we made was not really having a plan. We knew what we wanted to do, but didn't really sit and make the steps and take those steps to get to where we wanted to be. We thought that we could do it rather quickly, and that didn't work. And it just came to a point where you need a lot of money for this business.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter what you think. I mean, equipment's expensive, the grain's expensive, hops are expensive, yeast is expensive. Whatever you're brewing, and whether you bought or you're renting a space, I mean, everything's expensive. So you got to make sure that you're, number one, running your business properly, and then if you're trying to expand, you got to have the money for that. And we didn't. We thought that things were going to work out differently than they did.
Yeah, I know when we were down at your production facility, you guys were, full, going full bore to get a tap room open there.
Yep.
As the lease was closing at the Hinckley location. And, man, that was, really seemed like it was going to be a great space. But, yeah, finances just can kind of, get in the way of making that happen.
It's a tough business. I mean, even having good beer isn't always going to make the finances work out, unfortunately.
Yep.
And it's, part of it is having that business rolling, making sure you got the right steps. I'll throw in my joke because everyone's thinking I'll sit it down in a spreadsheet and have it all lined out,
Yeah.
the different steps, make sure. And, growing, there's growing pains, and there's sometimes wanting to get to a point, but it may not be realistic to do in a year. It might be something that has to be done in 2 years, but you feel like you can do it in a year.
Yep.
And you push it, you think it's possible, and things come up. I mean, we all know the economy has not been an easy thing to deal with if you're trying to build a business right now. I mean, things going up, you can deal with 2-3% inflation because you can pass that along. You can't deal with 20%, 50% inflation on products that go into what you're making. Yep. And it does throw a monkey wrench in there.
Yeah. And I mean, this was 100% our own fault. We had a great following. We have great regulars, great people that were involved with us, but it was definitely a learning experience. I mean, we came from home brewing to going into a business that we had not done before, and it took off. And we just jumped in with both feet, and we got a little bit too far in. And this is where you end up when you don't do things properly.
There was also, I know the lease was up in your Hinckley tap room, and did that kind of force you a little bit? You had to make a move. You had to get out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really not in your control, though.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the building that we originally had in Hinckley, we had the end of the lease coming up. New owners bought the building, and they decided they wanted to go a different direction with the building. So basically everybody had to be out of it. So that was something that we had advance warning to where we could make it work, but we didn't get there in time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough timeline. Yeah. So,
but that was a chapter, learning experience.
Yep.
And we've seen multiple breweries in the area that have kind of gone different directions, and brewers themselves. And we were just here, last week, or was it last week or this week? The opening finally of Rocky River Brewing Company after a year after the fire. A new brewer there after a closure, with Vaughn moving over from Bookhouse. So, and we certainly see things moving in the brewery community. Things happen. You can do the corny thing of some things happen for a reason, and there are sometimes new things that open up.
And the Bookhouse space is going to still be a brewery.
Something else now as well. So things do happen. Is there anything happening with Mr. Homebrewer Keith?
The funny thing is, when this all happened, obviously I was pretty upset, pretty embarrassed. But you're right, some things happen for a reason. After 5 years of going to work full time every day and then going to to the brewery every night on the weekends. You got beer fests. You've got production timelines as far as getting kegs out to customers, things like that. Trying to spend time with your customers. Once that all hit, it's kind of nice to just go home after work now. You have some time.
And dinner with the wife.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because people look and say, well, don't you miss it? Isn't it, is it completely different? And it is, but it's also different in a good way. One of the things I wouldn't take back is, we got into this and we didn't know anything about the industry. I'm so glad that we were in it to meet people like you guys, meet the customers that we had. That's really what it's all about. The support that we got from the other breweries, the other brewers, owners of breweries. It's just crazy. Everybody thinks so. It's a lot of competition out there, and it was never a competition. It was always a community. Everybody supports everybody, and that was the really cool thing. Even to this day, I have people reaching out to me and, hey, why don't you stop by the brewery and we grab a beer and talk, or you need any help with anything. It's just a really, really cool community to be part of. But as far as me right now in the future, I have opportunities to try something on my own, which I'm not opposed to. I did one beer as a home brewer for Medina Beer Fest for my friend down at Grab and Go, Dave. We did his Tepper Tantrum, which is a apricot jalapeno IPA, and he was the VIP host this year, so I did that beer for him. I went in there and helped him run his booth, and it kind of gets you back into that mindset of that's where you want to be. I ran into you, Maria, there. That's how we're sitting here today. But there's a lot of things I've done to prepare myself. I've gone through, I probably have 70 different recipes that I've been working on, that I've been brewing at home. Small batch, obviously, we started out doing 10-gallon batches. Then we went up to 1 barrel. Then we went up to 7 barrel. And now I'm back down to 5 gallons. But I think that's the best time that you get your flavors where they need to be. 7 barrel, if you have something that goes wrong, that's a lot of money that you're putting down the drain. Yeah. Whenever you're 5 gallon, it sucks to waste that money, but it's not anywhere near what you're losing with the big batch. But I've always gotten out of our customers, like we did our teas, and a lot of people came in and they were really appreciative because it was a gluten-free option. And a lot of places don't have gluten-free. Some places, they always come in and ask for dairy-free options, and it's kind of hard in the beer industry to offer those. My wife's dairy-free, lactose intolerant, so I have some recipes that I'm working on that are going to be gluten-free, lactose-free. As long as my flavors come out right, I think that could be a little different than other places. I still want to focus like we did Hoppy Dude. We were about the flavor. It wasn't a strawberry blonde that was beer with a hint of the flavor. We wanted our stuff to taste like the flavor. So that's what I'm really big on, doing different things. It's like I made a pina colada shandy that's fermenting right now. I want to see how that comes out. So I love pina coladas.
Yeah.
And if that flavor comes out, I think that would be really, really good.
So if you had the opportunity to, you mentioned this, and we've talked a lot about this on the show for 140 some episodes. It really is a beer community. People are so eager, brewers, to help other brewers with stuff, and if they need something or they have a question about something. Has it come across that, maybe a brewer has said, hey, if you got something you want to try out, you want to come and try it on my 3 or 5 barrel system? Have there been conversations about guest brewing?
There has. Nothing to where we've nailed down any details or anything, but we've talked. I'm still pretty close to a couple people in the industry as far as breweries that we've discussed. I don't even know how that works. I don't know. Maybe you know, Dave. As far as being a home brewer and brewing production style at a brewery, as far as legalities, like I mean, there's certain specifications. Like when I did that one for the Medina Beer Fest, being a home brewer, you can't sell it. You got to be there to serve it. You know, certain stipulations. So I don't know how that would be with a big batch. So, but that's something that if we got serious into discussions about doing it, I'm pretty sure I know who I'd be doing it with.
Yeah, it just seems like a neat idea. If, you know, again, you're trying to, you know, get back into it a little bit, maybe get that taste again and try something on a system. And again, knowing that the brewer community is very welcoming for someone to say, hey, you know, come on out, we'll do it. And, you know, 4 weeks later, get together and have a release party of Keith's chemistry, you know, and see what it tastes like.
That would be fun. That would be fun. I would definitely do that. And actually, now that you're talking about it, I need to make some phone calls this week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can go in and you can brew for somebody.
That is true.
They'll let you do
As a
that.
guest brewer, yeah.
But how you get paid, right?
Well, I mean, even 5 years of Hoppy Dude, I mean, we never took a penny.
Yeah.
We were using whatever we made to put into the new location, which didn't work out. So obviously, we never made any money. We were putting money into it still.
Yeah.
So it's not, for me, it's not about the money. Or else we would have been out of it long before that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're starting up, I mean, people say your first couple of years before you turn a profit. I mean, if you're trying to grow, you're not turning a profit. So that was never a concern.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So am I hearing that you're going to open a brewery, or you're just kicking it around?
So the hard part right now is I got to get still through Hoppy Dude,
Gotcha.
and all that stuff has to be final, per my wife, before I could go and do anything on my own, which
Okay.
she's supportive of. So I down the road, not too distant future here, yes, there's an opportunity for me to start over on my own
Okay.
at a location.
Is that is the equipment from the production facility at Hoppy Dude still available? It's gone?
No, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it all went to auction. Yeah. Yeah, which I wouldn't want to start on a 7-barrel anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
It would have been nice to keep the 1-barrel, but we sold all that, all the fermenters as well.
Yeah.
Blue Heron bought that for their pilot system, so they have it. They wanted to keep it to keep on making Medina beer. But I've been researching equipment and like completely different this time around. I know what I want. I know what I need. I know what I don't need. So I've kind of dialed it in as to what system I would get, and I would start with a 1-barrel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's probably stuff out there in the aftermarket. I mean,
There is.
There
And when we
it's
first
one-
started, it was something that I was concerned about because we hadn't run systems like that before. And I'm like, if something breaks, we really don't know what we're doing. We probably should buy new because we have people that we can call, the manufacturer. But, I mean, once you get into it, you guys know, I mean, you can pretty much tear a brew system apart and put it back together with your eyes closed. I mean, once you get into knowing
Yeah.
how everything works. So, yeah.
Yeah, and plus you've had experience on different systems now. I mean,
Yep.
from homebrew all the way up to the 7-barrel. So, yeah, you probably know exactly what you want and
Yeah.
don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fine that, whenever we first started, you feel kind of weird because you're starting at a 1-barrel system and everybody else is on a 3, 5, 10. And you're like, boy, we're tiny. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I would feel very comfortable going back to starting on a 1-barrel and being very small. What I really miss is putting product out there, having people come in and you watch them drink it and you see their reaction, see if they like it, see if they don't, try to get their feedback on it to make it better. So that's what it's all about for me. So if I could just get back into having a place to serve it and having that community with the people enjoying the beer, that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned you've got the pina colada beer kind of right now. Are there some other styles, and we've probably talked in the past, and it's been obviously a few years, and we know what some of your beers were at Hoppy Dudes, which was a spectrum of beers, really, from the heavy cream beers to the pickle beer, obviously, and then you had the teas, which were I think the teas were fantastic.
I have 15 gallons of it right here right now.
Is it in the car? Go
No.
get it.
I should have brought some.
Is there a style that you kind of, you'd want to be out there as your, may not be your first beer, but if you had a beer that you wanted to serve, then you've got this do-over. What's that first beer you'd want to present out to your customers right now? That would be a beer that would put a smile on everyone's face and light up the room.
That's a good question, but it's kind of tough to style-wise.
Yeah. Even style-wise, yeah.
To me, I don't care style-wise as much as I do flavor-wise.
Okay.
So I'm not a big IPA guy, so it wouldn't be anything that's overly bitter. It'd be more like the cream ale, blonde ale type of beer that you can get some flavors to show up through. I do have a couple that I've been working on, and I show people because I've already created my labels and all that stuff for them. And people look at them and they're like, "What? Seriously? A beer?" And I'm like, "Yes, we're going to try it and see." So there's a couple, if they come out, I would be very excited to release because nobody else has them.
Well, and that's something it's interesting you said. So Anne from Four Paws and Red Wagon, she has her cream ale that she does a lot of different things with that end up being, a rhubarb cream ale. It kind of seems to be a base that you can add a lot of different flavors to. So it's interesting that you kind of mentioned that because it seems to be a brewer's thing to do potentially.
The funny thing is the first beer I ever snuck out of my dad's fridge was a Genesee cream ale.
Yeah.
And I drank that, and I was like, this is disgusting. How can anybody like beer? So when we got into brewing, and I did the coconut cream ale. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this or not because I don't like cream ales. Well, I didn't like Genesee cream ale. Cream ales are very good. They're light. They're easy to drink. They're very refreshing. All depends on what you're looking for out of them flavor-wise. Like I said, we did the coconut cream ale, and as we're tasting it out of the fermenter, we're like, this doesn't even need any flavor. This is good without. So we started doing a cream ale that was just a cream ale. Very simple. There's nothing that, it's not overly hopped. It's not, the yeast doesn't bring a big flavor profile, so that's when you can adjust to get flavors through pretty easily, which is nice. And again, not everybody's like me with my palate. I would rather taste the flavor than the beers. A lot of people would rather taste the beer than the flavor. To each their own. But I also, this time around, I want to make sure I drink stuff or make stuff that I want to drink also. We did have a lot at Hoppy Dude. I mean, we have 14 taps in that little tap room. It was very difficult to keep up, to keep all 14 taps going. But when you have the teas, 3 teas, 2 pickle beers, that took a lot of the tap room.
Now, speaking of that, is there any chance in the future
Yes.
we're going to be able to get our pickles tickled?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm
Nice.
not. So the thing is that my partner and I, we did different beers. So I came up with some of the recipes. He came up with some of the recipes. I would never take the recipes that we made as Hoppy Dude and try to pass them off as a new beer for my brewery. So everything, the beers that I created before, I've tweaked them all. Because I think every single one of them I went through and I said, this could use a little bit of this or that, and I tweaked it a little bit. But flavor-wise, I hope it comes out similar. Because they were good beers. So that's kind of where I'm at right there. Is I'm not going to be IPA heavy, like places like Crooked Pecker, which they make a great IPA. That's their thing. When you came to our tap room, if you went with like the Pilsner, the Pale Ale, the IPAs, like we did a Dunkel, all that stuff, were not my recipes, but like the strawberry, the pickle, the coconut cream ale, all that, those types were my, what I liked. So that's what I came up with recipe-wise.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that's the variety of beer, the spice of life. I mean, having a little bit of a niche
Yep.
like that, having a type of beer that you are able to provide to customers that becomes what you're known for is not a bad thing at all. I think that's, and it's tough because, and this is where the whole business thing comes in. Yeah, but somebody walks in their room, walks into your brewery, and they want an IPA because that's what they drink.
Yeah.
Well, do you have to have one on, or you tell them, no, sir, this is what we have. This is our style. This is what we want to produce. And then you're doing it kind of for yourself, which is, again, not a bad thing, but can that work as a business model is like the $64,000 question.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard whenever you do own a brewery because you have so many, palates that come through. And you'll make a beer that 50% of people like, 50% don't. Some that 90% and 10%. You're never going to find a beer that everybody just absolutely loves.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have all those different flavors and different styles. You have your traditionalists that come in and they want their Pilsner to taste exactly like a Pilsner should. I'm not that way. I just want to enjoy what I'm drinking. I don't have to be the traditional.
But that's something, again, if that gets out, and then people have a choice. If they don't want that kind of beer, then you don't have to come in and yell at me that I don't have it.
Yeah.
Just, and those who want to try something different, you're welcome. Come on in.
The only 2 beers that we ever got yelled at for not having, believe it or not, was pickle. If we'd run out, and our the Betty, which is our white chocolate albino stout. Those 2 are the ones that if we would run out, people would not be happy.
Yeah, I actually think I heard Janelle yell at you when you didn't have the pickle beer one time. I believe that.
Probably, yeah. I actually found it in Lakewood. I mean, for the pickle fans out there, just a heads up, if this does come to fruition, which I imagine it will, I have about 12 pickle beers in a lineup, all different ones, some with bacon in them, some with like we did the Bloody Pickle, which was our Bloody Mary.
That was very
I
good.
have about 5 or 6 recipes for different Bloody Marys made with pickle beer. So I'll be going extremely heavy pickle wise.
Heavy pickle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing,
I like it.
nothing dill about that.
Nice.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a location in mind? Like you want to still be Hinckley, Medina area?
Do I have one in mind? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it where I really want to be? Yes and no. I mean, I do. I mean, obviously we were in Medina County, so we have a decent following down there. So I mean, I know that I've had a lot of our old customers call me or text me and say, "Hey, is there any way you can homebrew this for me or that for me? I'm having a party. Can you do this for me or that for me?" So I mean, I think it would be pretty popular to bring back. I mean, at least for a little bit of people drinking our beer again, my beer. But I also live in Brook Park.
Yeah.
So going down to Medina, I mean, that was a struggle for me for 5 years of every night going from, I worked in Middlebrook Heights. I live in Brook Park. It's a half hour there, do your stuff, half hour back. I mean, if I could, the perfect situation would be somewhere in Middlebrook Heights area. I mean, with the Browns coming to Brook Park.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be perfect. But
Stadium dill pickle beer.
yeah, could be. I mean, I would probably be Medina-ish area though.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least to get the established and get the word out, since you've got a little bit of a following and foothold there, and if things change and opportunities.
I mean, perfect world, I'm going to be 2 minutes away from where I live, so that it's not taking an extra hour every day. Speed you up a little bit to have a little bit extra time, but yeah, I mean, you got to go with what you can afford and where you can start and the people that are helping you and supporting you. So it would most likely be Medina area.
Do
It
we
sounds like this is happening.
do we think in the calendar year?
This year?
Yeah,
It all depends on,
things getting settled.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Things have to get
It-
finalized.
Until my
yeah.
wife says yes. Yeah.
She watching?
No, she's not.
Should have brought her. We would convince her to.
I was going
give you-
to. She went to my nephew's lacrosse or baseball game. Yeah.
Well, that's fun too, I guess.
I don't know. That's one sport I've never watched.
Well, that's neat though. So
How about a name? You have a name in mind?
I do.
Oh,
I actually have my LLC for it already.
this is happening, dudes. This is happening. It's a done deal.
It will be called Freedom Rings Brewing Company.
Freedom Rings.
So, anybody who knows what we were about, it's all military, first responders, nurses. So that's the route I really want to go.
Okay.
Military, patriotic support for our troops and those people that don't get a lot of kudos all the time, that
Yeah.
do very important work. So that would be my focus as far as the name of the company, the names of some of the beers, with obviously the graphics to go with it.
Cool.
Yep.
And you said you did have some of the labels designed, and
I have 76 of them.
okay, so distribution is gonna be a thing, and
Distribution, I mean, that's a far.
you're like, slow down, buddy.
I'm not jumping like we did. I mean, we had just got into, excuse me, 112 stores from Toledo out to Ashtabula down in through Akron, and 2 months later we're gone.
Yeah,
So I mean, that's something we just can't rush. I mean, you got to make sure the beers are right. You got to make sure that they're packaged correctly. You're putting the quality product out there. So that would be way down the road.
yeah,
So what I envision right now is I would have a brewery that would be attached to a tap room that's not mine. So I wouldn't be running the tap room. I would just be producing beer, going out specific restaurants, bars, putting some on tap here and there, and then going from there and seeing where it goes.
yeah. That's a good idea. You know, somebody who wants to run a tap room and maybe have a restaurant that goes with it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't run a kitchen or a.
Oh. No,
Tap
it was
room,
was hard. I mean, two of us did everything at Happy Dude, and it with having full-time jobs,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a lot. I mean, you really don't think about the intricacies of everything that you have to do daily,
yeah,
as far as not just brewing and packaging, but I mean, you've got the upkeep of the equipment, you got all the sanitation, you've got order your cans, you got to order the seams, you got to get the labels, you got to have everything done correctly, and then on top of that, you got to run a staff in a tap room, and you got to make sure that's stocked. You got to make sure beer lines are clean and everything's working at the tap room, and you plan different nights for different events and things like that. There's a lot that goes into it.
Oh my God, yeah. And then somebody breaks the sink off the wall in the bathroom. You're fixing it.
Tom.
Somebody
One time.
one time.
Jeez.
Jeez. Yeah. So you mentioned you did the peach jalapeno beer and took it to the festival. And that gentleman runs the package store. Is there a future with him as far as this venture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Medina Grab and Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a great little place. It's little. Anybody's ever been there? It's a drive-through with a little bar, but he's expanding, and I could see it being a very, very nice facility.
Maria's back there modeling the shirt right now.
Oh.
Oh, you got G&G on?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so they kind of leaning into craft beer.
They're
And they have
a
a
big sponsor of the Medina Passport.
yeah.
They're at the Medina Passport party. They for the first couple of years, they're actually one of the stops on the Medina Passport because they would have a beer on tap. I think they had acronym beer on tap. You get it checked in there at the time when that location wasn't yet in Medina County. So they've been It's an interesting concept. If some people remember the North Ridgeville, the zip through that used to be where Smash Pizza used to be in there. It's the same concept. I mean, it's a drive-through beverage place that has almost like a full-time bar inside of it as well. It's the weirdest, coolest concept. You
I
can
wonder
go,
what that license is. How do you do that? Like a retail shop with taps.
no idea, but
He's got multiple licenses for.
Okay.
And the
And
Grab
you
and
can
Go's
have two.
been always nice that they try to keep as many local beers on draft.
Should get that dude on the show.
You could obviously Dave is one of the greatest people I've ever met. Wouldn't have known him except for opening a brewery. Story about Dave: he found out that we were opening. Chris Affle, who runs the Passport from Medina County, he set up a meeting with us. We weren't even open yet. He came down. He tried some stuff, and he's like, "I want you guys on tap. I want your coconut cream ale." I'm like, "Okay." So we got our license, and the next week, first time we went on tap was at his place. We took 3/6, which half barrel, and I think we went through all of that within like 3 hours
Wow.
in a tiny little place. I mean, it was a huge thing. There's a ton of people there, and Dave used to be a landscaper. That's what I have been for the last 30 years. So we kind of hit it off, became good friends, and he's still one of my best friends. Talk to him all the time. That's where my opportunity lies right now with getting back into this and opening something on my own.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Built-in tap room.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a nice way just to focus on making the beer.
Yep.
Which is kind of what you want to get your hands back into anyways, and the ability then to be able to, whether it's walk next door or walk to other places to see people enjoying it.
Yep.
You don't have to have your own tap room to see someone enjoying your beers necessarily.
And the nice thing about Dave's too is that he, I should say, grab and go, so you guys know what I'm talking about. It's actually called Teps Taps at Grab and Go. The drive-through is Grab and Go. Teps Taps is the bar, but he does the full liquor and beer. But when we first started with him, he had 5 taps, and he had a big cooler in there. You could buy cans out, Busch Light and all that, Pabst Blue Ribbon, all that. And he's completely changed the place to where I think he has 20 taps now. And he has 1 tap just for each Medina beer. So if you want to try all the Medina breweries in one night, you just go there. He's got 1 beer from every brewery on
That's
tap.
awesome.
Yeah, he's very, very good in the local community with supporting craft breweries.
That's great.
Yep.
It's great. Yeah, we're getting him on the show for sure.
I can hook you up.
Dave, we're coming for you.
We're going to grab you and bring you up here.
Grab you and go.
I'll be back there with Maria. I'll come for that one.
Nice. Hey, should we get into the boil?
All right.
It's time
You
for
really want to get into this one, huh?
Yeah.
Just look at your notes here.
So I gotta ask you guys. I kind of stepped in it and got into a little thing on as the BlabberMalt Show, talking about the AI controversy.
Which you should have put it out as Dave, not the BlabberMalt Show.
I
'cause
should
somehow
have.
I'm associated with it.
Yeah, I know. But I kind of agree on both sides. So I've seen people comment on our posts like, "Oh, this AI slop, I hate it." Okay. We don't make any money, so we can't afford a graphic designer, and we'll never make any money. So, but as a brewery, I would have to pay attention to the fact that some people are absolutely revolted by the AI images. You see them and you can tell it's generated by AI. They kind of have a similar graphic style, and people will
similar.
tell
I would
you.
not say similar. I'd say same.
Yeah,
They look identical.
they're an identical style for sure. Yeah, and I see it, and I can tell it's AI, but it doesn't offend me. But some people say it offends them, and I have to pay attention to that, especially if I was running a business. If this is really offending people, I should maybe not do it. What do you guys think?
Well, it's funny because, I mean, you put it out there, and within the next couple days, the brewery that was, in question here started putting some actual photos out that you had suggested.
I see that, yeah.
And
is the BlabberMalt Show having an impact on
it? I don't think it's offensive. I think it's not like the most attractive thing in the world. Is it nice if they mix it up a little bit and sometimes have a picture of their beer or something that looks like real? To me, it's just, and I agreed with your comment about Facebook and advertisement is a very visual thing. So you have to have something visual out there. You can't just have the words that say, brewery open tomorrow from 9 to 5, come see us. I mean, people are going to glaze over that.
Right.
You have a picture of a beer in a sunset. You have something AI generated that's cutesy. It's going to make somebody stop on the page and read stuff. So I completely agree with you that you have to have something visual.
Are we talking just marketing?
We're talking what people are posting on their their advertisement stuff being just the AI stuff. What's happening tomorrow. I've got this coming up, and I mean, Dave does it. Dave's the genius behind all the technical stuff.
You
here.
just use AI, and it just throws up an image, and it has all the information you want, and it's easy. And
I could tell you my thought. I love AI. Like, it's just I've become. My wife calls it my best friend because I have conversations every day. I mean, whether it's for something I'm thinking about, whether it's for my job.
Has AI let you open your brewery yet? Then you can't you listen to the AI instead? Then
no. I'm
careful,
not
Tom. Careful, buddy.
No. It's just like I said. Whenever you're running a business, it all depends on the person too. I mean, if you have a lot of financial backing, that's one thing. If you're graphically inclined, that's one thing. But if you're running a business, you have a full-time job, you don't have the time to do all this stuff. You can go into AI and say, give me this, this, and this. Okay, now adjust this, and you're done in 3 minutes, as opposed to having to sit there for an hour every single day to create these things. I could see people might not like them, but overall, it's getting the information out there. To me,
that's how I feel. But some people say, look, if you're cutting corners on your advertising, what else are you cutting corners? Maybe your beer isn't that good because of that.
Cutting corners?
Maybe you're spending all your time on your beer and don't have time or money to spend on advertising.
Right.
So do you want me to do AI and charge you $5 a beer, or do you want me to do it myself with the graphic designer and charge you $7 a beer?
And my pushback to that is, do we think Budweiser is a better beer because AB InBev is spending millions on Clydesdale and Eagle advertisements? Is that what we think? Nobody thinks that.
No.
They can afford that, and
I can tell you point blank because I've done the math. With all the beer labels I've created, and I have used AI, and I have done a lot over the past couple of years. I've kind of learned a little bit of graphic stuff. I'm not a graphic designer by any means, but I will take what AI gives me and I will change things to where I get exactly how I want it. If I was doing all those labels with my graphic designer, I'd be over $2,500 for those, where right now it's costing me $0. And it's a lot quicker, and it can make you put all that extra time that you have into the quality of the beer, all that money you can put into a tap room, you can put into your equipment, you can do multiple things with it. So, I mean, if that's what you're going to get hung up on is graphics, and you're not really concerned about the beer as much as the graphics, I don't know. To me, that's kind of crazy.
You know, if I was a graphic designer, I would be concerned about the technology. I would maybe try to get better at prompting AI and use it as a graphic designer to allow me to do a lot more images. And I don't know, but at the end of the day, I have to be sensitive to people that are offended by it. And I don't want to offend anybody, even on the BlabberMalt Show. I don't want to offend. I want people to watch the show.
I'm offended. That's just ridiculous you said that.
I'm offended by you not being offended.
So
Here's the thing:
I
you
don't
couldn't
know.
offend people. I mean, you're not trying to. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
in you to do that. But people are gonna get offended by what they get offended by. That's not my problem. That's their
Yeah,
problem. They're offended. I didn't offend them.
that's true.
All right, so
You can control your reaction to how
Right.
some people present.
Right.
But let me ask this one question. Again, I'm completely unfamiliar with it. I know. Are you able to change the tone or the color? Because again, the part of it is the colors all look the same. It's just the three same colors. Everything's brown, gold, and
Well,
something
yeah,
else.
that because if you say make it beer themed, it kind of goes to grains and browns, and it looks at the BlabberMalt logo as brown and
Okay.
yellow. So
I'm just seeing that other breweries, and again, it almost looks exactly the same. So, I mean, is there a way to
oh yeah,
you could have one that's a white background, and so you can adjust it if you don't want to look.
remember the one we had? It had two dudes that looked like way better, more handsome versions of us. Like, we don't look like that.
No.
Just take us out of that. Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
And if you pay, you can get more and more versions. There's a certain number of revisions you can do on the free plan, but
That's why I have 8 emails,
yeah, that's why
8 accounts. I run out of one.
I gotta wait a week.
No, I mean, it's very easy. Like when I've done some of my labels, and like I have it in my head, but I'm not graphically inclined, so I'll go into ChatGPT or Grok or whatever, and I'll say, "This is what I want," and the icon image of like what I want to get. I want my labels to tell a story, and that icon, I'll take that a lot of times, and I'll take that out of their design and take all the background and the noise on the sides and get rid of it and just use that icon and make my own background. You could take their whole thing and you can adjust colors to however you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think, not that it offends me, the thing I find annoying is when they look all alike. Again, if you're using
That's
AI,
building a brand. They look alike.
But he means like
I mean,
all
every
across
brewery.
everything. Yeah.
they aren't differentiating. I mean, I could look at a page and see something they advertise, and I have to look at the top to see who it is, because without it, you're not going to know,
Right.
because they do look alike.
Right.
And it's not that it offends me. That's what annoys me. I don't care that people are doing it, because I understand the logic behind it and the financial pressures to do it, and it gets information across, which is at the end of the day what you want. I mean, you want your label to tell a story.
Yeah.
So whether it's you with a crayon drawing it or AI doing it, it's better with the AI.
Maybe that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm just gonna draw with a crayon. Here you guys go. I made this myself. So
Oh, that
you
might
guys,
that might be a nice. Let's do stick figures from
Yeah.
now on.
so what do you guys think? Give us a comment. Are you offended by all these AI flyer images that you see, or does it not bother you? Do you care more about the beer?
So you could go into AI and say, design me a BlabberMalt thing that has stick figures in it only.
Yeah, and doesn't look like AI.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's very easy. You go in there and say exactly what you want. If you want your guys in there, you just take your pictures and put it in there and say, make these guys cartoon characters and doing this, and it does it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but there was a very lively discussion that was going on after.
And
Dave,
it's
after
still
you
going
posted
on.
that.
It's still going on. I'm following it.
Yeah.
But, there are some people. There was a girl who's a graphic designer that, responded, and she was very nice. And I appreciate her being very nice, because I'm kind of trying to get to the bottom of this. Are you offended? Try to explain it to me. And she explained it, and I thanked her for being civil. It was probably, I used to comment on political stuff. I don't anymore, because that goes nowhere good.
No.
But she was very nice, very civil, and I appreciate that. So far it's been a very civil discussion on this.
That's odd that you found that on
Well,
internet. Good for you.
yeah. So, all right, we got some pro brew happenings. I see that this isn't really new, but the Cleveland Brewing Company, which used to be at where Two Friends is now, is opening up at the Cleveland Whiskey location in the Flats. So,
Really?
yeah. That's not really, it was like May or something, but I just thought we never discussed it. So I think that's pretty cool. The Flats is getting 2 new breweries, I guess. 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before you leave from that, though, there was a distillery up in Sandusky that Maria and I really enjoyed called Everwild.
Oh, yes.
And they had maybe a year and a half ago sold their business. They made some very good bourbons. They're under the brand Seekers was the name of their bourbon. And they said they sold to someone they couldn't tell. They opened up a new restaurant in place right now that's up there in Sandusky. And the news just broke today that Cleveland Whiskey has bought the Seekers bourbon brand.
Okay.
And they bought all the barrels that they already had, because they've had stuff still in barrels. So all that's coming over to Cleveland Whiskey, who's now going to continue making it and distributing it.
Are they going to operate in Sandusky?
No,
still
it'll be all in Cleveland. But
they're going to serve it there?
But the person, they might. I mean, the person who was the original distiller is going to be consulting with Tom Links from Cleveland Whiskey for a while as they kind of transition the brand to him.
Nice. Well, that's good news. Then I also wanted to mention that Beer Engine is, it started this week, the road trip around Ohio, where they're going to have 2 different beers from 20 breweries all around Ohio. And you go in there and you check in, try those beers, check them off, and it's $20 to sign up, and then you get a finisher's T-shirt when you get done. So I think they have 5 of those breweries on right now, and when the kegs run out, they run out and they'll get the next one. So you have to keep an eye on their website or their socials to see which ones are there and get those, check in. I think it's a good way to try a lot of beers around the state without having to drive, because gas is expensive.
Well, and I'll make a comment. It's interesting that the concept of passports, which, their distilleries had a passport. The brewery passports have been very popular here in Cleveland. We've had people from Destination Cleveland talk about it. I'm seeing more and more of these mini passports popping up. So this one. I know our next week guest, they've got a Duck Island passport that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
With Forest City Brewing, and there's like 3 other places you have to go visit around that area, get your passport stamped. We were just down in Asia Town, and they have a passport going down there to go to different restaurants and you get a passport stamped. So it's really a neat concept that is kind of, I'm going to say, the brewers started it, because I think
you're right. Yeah.
The first passports I ever saw were breweries, so we'll give them kudos to it. But it's definitely been growing, and little pockets of things, little areas. You think about. I'm surprised there isn't a Gordon District passport, and these other, even Ohio City, but
and the Lizard. They have the big, world tour of beers, but then they also have a mini tour, a little Delirium Tremens. They'll do a Brewdog passport, and you get a little bottle opener and stuff like that. So it's a good way to get people in your door and
promote a
drinking.
Product. Yeah.
We're going to have to, Freedom Rings, we're going to do a pickle passport.
I have ideas.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Try all 7 pickles, and you get a pickle to put on your Christmas tree ornament.
It would be a pickle flight.
Pickle flight.
Pickle flight, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Flight your pickle.
Okay, enough.
All right, moving on. So beer events. Brewers of the Corn is. Do we have dates for that yet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall them?
August is the first one. Let me check my calendar. I do have them already in the calendar.
I'll talk about the Oktoberfest at the Lorraine Lighthouse beer dinner. While you're looking those up, keep looking those up.
I've got them. All
right.
August 14th is the first one, which we will be there. The second one is September 11th.
Cool.
And then the third one is October 2nd. So they shifted everything about 1 month.
Okay.
In July, they are going to have a weekend of music, which I believe we are going to have. We'll be out in a couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, out at Four Paws with Ann.
That's right.
To talk about the upcoming concert series. It's a whole weekend that they did that.
She's going to forego yoga that night for us.
and they pushed all the brewers of corns 1 month later to kind of get more of the higher corn, so people get even more
taller
lost.
corn, yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Ann. That is a great event. If you guys haven't been there, go. It's a really, really fun event. The corn maze is awesome. People have a great time with it. And I mean, as hosts, they were probably, not probably, they were the best hosts as far as beer fests come. Like, they give all the brewers dinner, bring it out to you while you're serving.
That's
all that
awesome.
Stuff.
Yeah.
They're great people.
Yeah. We'll be there as Lorraine Brewing on the 14th, and then for the October one, we'll be there as Medina Brewing.
Nice. Very cool.
It's time to grain out.
We didn't talk about the Lorraine Lighthouse after all that. You were looking it all up while I was doing this.
Yeah, we talked about it.
And
We're going out to the lighthouse.
When's that
on a
coming
boat.
up? When's that coming up?
August
25th.
25th. Wow, I was going to say that. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, August 25th. You get on a boat, you go out to the lighthouse. We have a BlabberMalt show. You have a Bavarian-style German Oktoberfest dinner. Have some beer made by
Lorraine Brewing?
I was going to say Matthias, but he don't brew no beer no more. Guy's too busy. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And if the internet holds up, we're going to go live from that. It's going to be cool.
It's time to grain out.
All right, here we go.
Grain out.
All right, Keith. Thanks for coming out, brother.
Thanks for
It was
having me.
great seeing you.
You
Stick
as well.
around. We're going to have some snacks, drink some more beer, talk a little bit about super secret stuff. What's going on? We got some stuff coming up on the show. Next week, we're going to be have Matt Smedley from Forest City is going to be in studio.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You want to come back? That's going to be fun.
I might. Matt's a great dude. I love Matt.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's got some news for us, going to share some things. And a week after that, the 23rd, we're going to be off. Tom is rudely going on vacation. So actually, we actually might have something recorded. We're going to go out to Putin Bay. We're going to hit Putin Bay Brewery and probably the Saucy location. If we're not too drunk, we're going to film something and maybe release it next week or the 23rd. Then July 21st, yeah, we're going to be out at Four Paws Red Wagon with Ann Little Hands Zofchik. Giving us an update on, if you guys don't follow her on Facebook, the baby hands. Anyway, sorry, Ann. If you guys have any questions, concerns, if you want us to correct something, email us blabbermalt@gmail.com. And
If you think you said something wrong, just find Keith and tell him.
yeah,
He'll let us know.
we never read emails. We're not going to respond to you. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube. We'll be on Spotify tomorrow, and all the places you get audio podcasts will be there. Yeah. So I guess there's only one thing left to say. Do I have enough beer to do this?
And what's that one last thing?
Stay malty, Cleveland. Ooh, wait. How do I do this?
We're going to get you back in the studio more often.
Oh, my God. There we go. Lost the button. I saw Taco Box. He just walked in.